Hello and welcome to the second installation of everything weird in Louisville. Yes, it's your one-stop shop of horrors for local art, music, live entertainment, live strangement, and sometimes things that are dead. Well, that's why it's important to tune in regularly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gonzoville tonight, aggressively, episode 2. I'm your host, Dr. Furious Higgison, and while I might not sit behind the golden EIB microphone, I do occasionally smoke cigars and discuss politics with pretentious assholes. Gonzoville tonight is being brought to you by GonzoToday.com, where the weird have just turned pro, and by starving artists everywhere who go hungry so that we can bring you the news. Each week we'll explore the Louisville cultural scene, picking our favorites to promote here, as well as to announce upcoming calendar events and strange dates that will make your strange week, well, even stranger, including music that will blow your eardrums out, art that will leave you laughing and weeping at the same time, and establishments that will take you in, but hey, they may never let you back out. This is, after all, real Gonzo journalism. And in the news this week, Gonzo Today's poetry editor, the outlaw Kentucky poet Ron Whitehead and his band The Storm Generation went on the road. On Tuesday, Ron and the boys performed at the BODKA Lounge in Evansville, Indiana. With an adoring crowd on hand, Ron regaled the folks with selected works such as Shithouse Manifesto and I Will Not Bow Down. Also performing that evening was Evansville poet and host of the Poetry Night, Bill Sovereign, also Shakespeare's Monkey. There were also performances by Randy Wydick and Mariah Dawn Shepard, Charles Ernst Nelson, Julie Lockhart, and a whole lot of other great poets that were there that night as well. The BODKA Lounge is located on the famous Haney's Corner in Evansville, Indiana. And hey, speaking of weird, Friday night kicked off with the early arrivals to the 2015 Whisker Mania down at the Tim Faulkner Gallery. This was the first charity facial hair competition in Louisville history. Red letter day for Louisville. Presented by the Derby City Whisker Club, and it brought together unmovable beards and unstoppable mustaches from all over the city, state, and a region, and a country, and a world to have their facial hair judged in 13 different categories. It was a mad scene full of bearded freaks, bikers, and hillbillies all drinking beer, tugging on each other's facial hair, and otherwise wandering around looking for the main event amidst the maze of art, rusted machinery, and winding, treacherous passageways that compose the Tim Faulkner Gallery, which some might say is an event unto itself. Competition categories included fake fantastic, real fantastic, natural mustache, styled mustache. They had the partial beards with the chops, the goatee, the whaler, partial beard freestyle, full beard 0 to 5 inches, 5 to 10 inches, 10 inches plus, full beard styled mustache, a freestyle beard, and the proceeds from the competition were donated to active heroes. The Tim Faulkner Gallery is located at 1512 Portland Avenue in Louisville, Kentucky. And in what was almost news, Yoko Molotov invited us, or maybe merely mentioned that there was an all-ages punk show featuring HANOI Strange, SWEATERMEAT, BONERCITY, Insufficient Memory, and of course Dick Titty Blood Punch. So we went. It was called a punk show, and we can only assume that's what it was. There was a sinister gathering of nearly 100 people, all packed into a hot, loathsome place called the House of Blood, which appeared to be somebody's living room. I mean, the band had set up on one side of the room, and the rest of the space was a hot, writhing mass of loud, frenzied bodies, all screaming and groping, trying to figure out where they were in approximation to the band and the only exit, which from anywhere in the room was nothing more than an impossible, hopeless sliver of light in the back. I remember hearing things like, "How the fuck do we get out of here?" and "Is this somebody's house?" Our journalist did his best to actually film part of the bizarre scene, but was unable to get more than this shitty footage of the shirtless guitar player telling us he would only play us music if we paid him. Outside on the street, the scene was equally intense, with heavily pierced and tattooed members of the New Blood Tubs, punk rockers, bearded freaks entering and exiting through a small door in the alley nearby, and nervous Highlanders who swerved wide or crossed to the other side of the street to avoid being mauled or vandalized by what may have appeared to them to be a terribly menacing crowd. By the way, the House of Blood is located at 1030 Payne Street, and we're not sure if it's actually a place of business. So you might want to, you know, pack along some brass knuckles, and be sure you knock first before you enter. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We also stumbled upon the Creation Image Reveal Party at Prophecy Inc. on Baxter Avenue. The event was to unveil the latest work by artist Misha Kidwell, titled Creation and Depicting the Modern Interpretation of the Fresco Painting by Michelangelo, including tattooed, pierced men and topless ladies, which prompted our video journalist to pop in and get a closer look. Prophecy Inc. is the destination for art enthusiasts and tattoo artists alike who showcase their artistic abilities and paying tribute to those amazing talents of our world today, and is the new revolution of tattoo studios and fine art galleries. Also out and about this week, we also stopped down by to Zanzabar at 2100 South Preston Street for Vibrolas and WODKA. WODKA returns from a long hiatus in their original power trio form, joined by the three-pieced, filled with grease, Vibrolas. And it was loud and proud, to say the least. We managed to gain entry by telling the bouncers we were with the National Sporting Press. Got a few shots and got the hell out of there before the craft bond on the fake press badge started to peel off from the sheer noise of the thing. Finally, we managed to cool off the evening with some chill tunes and good vibrations down at the Monkey Wrench, in the form of Hot Iron Skillet, featuring Tommy on banjo and vocals, Schmitty on guitars and vocals, Benny playing the mandolin, Eve is over there with the flute, Ryan on bass, Scotty's playing them drums. Patrons danced, drank, and vibed downstairs, while up on the roof, top deck, the beer flowed, and peace and joy and weirdness abided in harmony with one gonzo spirit, and the giant, well-lit Hunter Thompson portrait painted on the side of the fucking building. And just a reminder, the Monkey Wrench is still gearing up for the Grateville Dead celebration of the Grateful Dead and Jerry Garcia, which will be held this Saturday, August 1st, from 2 until 11 at the Brown-Forman Amphitheater at the waterfront. They'll be featuring Grateful Dead tribute performances by Hot Iron Skillet, Fiasco, Slow Down Johnny, and the Rumpke Mountain Boys, food and beverages by the Monkey Wrench and Little Cheesers. They're going to be having various vendors. The Louisville Merry Pranksters is going to stop by, and even Louisville's own version of Shakedown. Hey, don't tell us Louisvillians ain't got no heart, huh? Tickets are available for $10 at the Monkey Wrench. They're $12 the day of the show. The event is produced by Colonel Dennie Humphrey and Ashley Angels, and for those of you still alive this week, we have some exciting upcoming events for you to participate in, support, or just avoid completely. It's your call, really. So Thursday night is the Human Project down at Open Art Gallery at 2801 South Floyd Street. The Human Project is hosting a Psych Night on the last Thursday of every month at Open Gallery. It's never the same show twice, and will feature a revolving cast of local artists, musicians, bringing you live, free live psychedelic art and rock. The event is hosted by Mark James. Doors open up at 8 o'clock. Also happening at 8 o'clock on Thursday is the Wistful Larks and Guests show down at the Tim Faulkner Gallery on Portland. Join them for a great night of music. It's $5. Doors open up at 8 o'clock. It's 21 and over. Also, Friday begins Canistock 2015, a 3-day marijuana advocacy and awareness music event and gathering hosted by Red and Jennifer Van Winkle from July 31st until August 2nd. The event is designed to educate the public and to further discuss cannabis policies and the uses in the modern day. The festival cannot encourage, endorse, or condone any illegal activity. You know what I mean. Act responsibly at Canistock 2015. Everyone will be required to sign enter at your own risk agreement. That will also give everyone a free trial as a Kentuckians for Cannabis Reform member, as Canistock will be a private event for KCR members. The agreement will also include that you recognize the festival cannot endorse, condone, or encourage any illegal activity. The event will be held at Love's Branch in Democrat, Kentucky. Friday will also be featuring live art from Ryan Case down at the Sink or Swim studio. Please come on down. Support Ryan and Bridget. Bring a greater vision and beauty to Louisville. And, of course, Saturday kicks off the Grateville Dead Show at Waterfront. Be there or be rectangularly square type of shape. Last but not least, Gonzo today has been given stewardship over its first small plot of land for its Gonzo Gardening Initiative. The Gonzo Garden is a community volunteer-based project designed to merge gardening with the creative arts to create outdoor gardens and landscaping projects in an effort to revitalize and rejuvenate downtown areas. Proceeds from the gardens will go towards supplementing the grocery needs of local families. If you have a green thumb and you're an artist, or both, you'd like to contribute, please contact Jaslyn at Gonzo Garden, one word, at gonzotoday.com. Well, that about sums it up, folks. We have come to the end of another exciting episode. My nipples are still rigid. And it is with great weeping and gnashing of teeth that I leave you poor good citizens of Louisville alone in the crazy and unpredictable bastion of creative hope that we call Gonzoville. This week's episode is sponsored by, well, no one. So please, step it up, folks. This kind of voice talent doesn't come cheap, you know. Aha! This has been Gonzoville Tonight. I'm your host, Doc Jafarius Higgison. I'll see you on the other side of the edge.